Avengers Endgame is an action-packed movie with a lot of special effects, and we would not expect anything different from that. It is supposed to be awesome, incredible, and fast. No surprise there were as many as 14 different companies dealing with special effects working on the picture. They all combined forces to present a lot of new solutions and bring the characters to the screen. Here you are going to see how did they do that and how the scenes actually looked like before all their input. So, what Avengers Endgame really looked like. Let's check it out. Fighting scenes are the common one in the Avengers series. The heroes protect the humanity and have to deal with a whole bunch of nasty creatures. In Endgame, Captain America is fighting against Captain America, but as his own younger version. It sounds and it has to be spectacular. In reality, the filmmakers could observe two men playing their roles against the green screen. It was Chris Evans and a stuntman, hitting and pushing each other. When we look at the background, the only real and solid thing later visible in the final movie is the floor they are standing on and the stairs in the following shot. All the rest, exploding, breaking, and crashing, was added in post-production. It is also interesting to take a look at the characters themselves. If Captain America is fighting his own character from the past, they need to look alike. This was obtained thanks to the company Lola VFX, which later was able to multiply Evans' face and transport it onto the stuntman. Hey, if you want to see some more of the real actor shots, subscribe to our channel and like it, just to make sure you will not miss any of our other videos and ideas. When we talk about faces and facial expressions, we have to take a look at the most interesting one of all the characters, Hulk. This giant green creature had an incredible look and was very convincing. He actually does look like the actor playing him, Mark Ruffalo. In reality, Mark spent hours in front of a special facial capture system, smiling, opening and closing his mouth, frowning or shouting. It must have been great fun to help creating your own alter ego. This of course included also recording and recreating the way he walked, moved his hands, turned around and many others. Here we can see how the actor looked like on the set, dressed up in the special suit, measuring his every move and gesture. So the green, enormous Hulk that we can observe on the screen was not seen during the filming itself, just a normal man in an incredible and sometimes funny outfit trying to play his role. The effects companies did a great job and were able to change the reality into fantasy. The scene when Tony Stark spends some time on the board of a spaceship was actually shot on a set. A lot was left for the imagination of the crew and the actor himself, as all the space-like surrounding was added in post-production. So here we have Iron Man running across the room with some simple equipment, just a few steps forward. In the final scene, it looks like a long and complicated place full of computers and machines. In other shot, he's sitting in a machine constructed against the green screen. No stars, no spaceship, and no space. All of that appears no sooner than in the final product. Imagine what a surprise it must have been to the actors themselves to see their own body in a completely different environment. And it is not only the environment. At some point, the VFX crew decided even to change the color of eyes and make them black for stronger effect. Not that scary face without them, don't you think? As it was visible a moment ago, the most of the surrounding were not really existing. The scene which shows the crowded town was actually fully made by the computer crew, and there is no such place. Computer graphics of buildings and cars, some special effects touches here and there, and we have a whole scene. Unfortunately, we cannot visit it in reality. Those gray, unattractive areas are also all that was visible for the crew. In post-production, they added different layers, stuff on the ground or in the air, some robotic arms, faces or movements. There are some scenes that have never taken place in the real life, even only a small part of it. This is why the situation when the Ant-Man walks around the body of Tony Stark is only in the imagination of the VFX crew. Robert Downey Jr. was shaking and moving, but this is it. All the complicated matters of the power flow happened only in the special effects department studio. Imagine the situation when thousands of extras have to be filmed at the same time. What a mess and challenge for all the crew. This is why that scene was also fully created thanks to the computer graphics. Just a few takes of the crowd walking through the portal, taking at different angles, and the viewers, as well as the actors themselves, were able to watch that incredible scene on the big screen. That scene is really impressive, and the last one on our today's list. A chase like this is highly improbable in the real life, but how was it done? Well, here there was not much to start with. Just a few poses defining when and how it all should be set. frightened face of the main human character had to be a reaction to nothing behind him. Later on, in the final scene, he was finally aware of what was chasing him.